Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about a headphone that a lot of people have been waiting for, including myself, since the original launched around 3 years ago. Um, this headphone has created quite a stir in the audiophile community. I mean, I feel like consumer-based reviewers love them. Audiophiles are like, I don't know, like the tuning is weird. But with further ado, let me introduce to you the Bowers and Wilkins Px8 S2s. So this bad boy just launched like a week ago, and I've been fortunate enough to get my hands on them. And just first impressions, like visually, I mean, these are some really nice looking headphones. Really nice looking headphones. I've tried out the original Pi8s, and these are even better looking. And I had the McLaren version. The McLaren version's dope looking. I mean, these are slimmer. A little bit lighter. You can see the design is nice. You can see the cables exposed now. I know some people didn't like, I saw on Reddit, some people didn't like the fact that the cable was exposed. I mean, personally, I think it's cool. I mean, I like it. I mean, visually, very appealing. Comfort-wise, I think they're excellent. Very comfortable in the head. They don't move around. They feel good. I've had them on for a couple hours, and I think, if we're looking at design, aesthetics, build, quality, fit, I mean, these are, to me, 9.5 out of 10. I guess I could just give them a 10. But and then moving on to features. So I'm gonna start off with features that they don't yet have. I mean, I heard Auracast and spatial audio is coming via future update. But right now, these support Bluetooth 5.3. They have all the codecs that you could want. aptX adaptive. They do not have the Sony LDAC codec, but honestly, I think aptX adaptive, the newest aptX codec, is good enough. You're getting a little bit more, I guess, data through LDAC, but in terms of latency, it's not as good. I'd prefer adaptive, especially for gaming or if you're doing anything and you don't want any interruptions or any issues. I think the aptX adaptive is better, but not all phones have it. And then moving on, and another thing I wanted to mention is, so these headphones have dedicated amplifiers now in both ear cups, so they're louder. And so these dedicated amplifiers, you are now having, better sound quality, greater resolution. And I think they have more mics. Yeah, they have a lot more mics now. So for noise canceling, these are much better than the previous Px8s. I think they are about on par with the Px7 S3s, and I've had the pleasure of trying those. Superb headphones. And noise canceling, they're not award-winning noise canceling headphones, but honestly, like, people, it's noise canceling is such a big topic, and I understand it depending on what type of person you are. Like, I'm not the type of person that's like out, around parades like 24/7. So like, I don't need elite noise canceling. I don't need like, drown out like crazy amount of noise all the time. For my use cases, I go to the library, I go to the coffee shop, I go to the airport, and these headphones do a great job attenuating sounds, and I can't hear. Like, I was on an airplane with these, and I couldn't hear the engine noise, and I couldn't hear the chatter. So these are pretty good. Like, don't let, just because they're not on the same level as Sony, Bose, or the AirPods and noise canceling, don't let that deter you. Another thing I really like about these headphones, is that They don't have touch controls. I mean, touch controls are cool, but I do like physical buttons. And yeah, and they switched them. I think in the original they had all the buttons on one ear cup, but now you have power, Bluetooth on, and the noise canceling on one, and then you have the the pause, volume, increments, and all that on the other ear cup. So I like that. Touch controls are cool, but it's not needed. And they do have, with the app, the option to adjust. For example, like when you put them on, pause, play, and you can turn that features on. I mean, it's coming from the DALI IO12s which are my daily drivers. It is nice having headphones where they auto pause or play. So it's just, I notice it's just easier because with the Px8s, especially in DAC mode, I found myself like, oh, let me pause, like when I'm trying to take them off, and it's nice being able to just take them off and then the music pausing immediately. So, I mean, I've talked about most of the features, build quality and stuff, but let's talk about one thing that most people are going to talk about or care about, and that is the sound quality. How good do these sound? Do these sound better than the original Px8s? Do they sound better than the Px7 S2s, which people argue are better than the Px8s, even though they're much cheaper? Has Bowser Wilkins done it and given you the ultimate hi-fi listening experience? And to answer that question, I would say maybe. Like, I think they are. I mean, I've tried. I mean, I would say I consider myself an audiophile now. And last year I would have been fucking. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. Last year I would have been mind blown by the sound quality. But now that I had the pleasure of trying some really good wireless headphones, wired headphones such as the Focal Celeste, Focal Stellia, and I've tried the DALI IO12s, and I've tried a lot of high-end wireless headphones. So I'm a lot more pickier now when it comes to sound quality. I'm more critical when I notice something I don't like. Whereas last year I had the Momentum 4s and I was just happy with great bass and like, a V-shaped sound where I'm like, oh yeah, this is bumping, like, yeah. But now I'm like, nah, like I'm very critical of sound quality, especially when you're spending more than $500, in this case like $800 for these bad boys. $800, so it's not cheap. So if you're buying headphones, you better make sure that they have great sound. And as I said in my other videos, it's important for you, the listener, to discern what type of listener you are. Are you more V-shaped person that you like a more exciting sound, you want like bump and bass, and you want great treble effect, and you don't care so much about the mids, like stuff like that? Are you more neutral tune person where it's like you listen to a lot of classical, a lot of instrumentals, and you care really about the mids and the complete detail and the clarity and being able to have a wider sound stage, being able to hear instrument separation and hear certain nuances that you don't hear in other headphones? Like those things are like very important as a listener to distinguish for yourself. And I think a lot of I think a lot of people don't realize that. I think it's best to have genre specific headphone reviewers, because someone like Resolve that's more into classical and more has a certain genre that he likes, like the way he's going to judge headphones and sound quality is going to base more on the genres that he likes. And it depends what type of listener you have. So I mean, you can listen to me, you can listen to Resolve, you can listen to other people. At the end of the day, it's up to you. So keep an open mind, listen to reviews, but like at the end of the day, you gotta go out there and try the headphones yourself. Moving on. I think these sound incredible. I mean, I think they sound very nice. They made some improvements compared to Px8s. To me, sound stage is wider on these, I think due to the dedicated amplifiers that they have now. It's clear. There's more detail that shine through. I mean, these are some great sounding headphones. I mean, the mids there. The only thing um, initially that I noticed that I don't like, and it could be also to um, not having them, like, I mean, I have them burned in for 10 hours. I mean, some people argue that, 20 hours, you need 20 hours to fully burn them in. But initially, what I noticed, they are kind of shouty, a little bit sibilant. The treble I had to kind of play around was the EQ setting, and it's the second to last band that I noticed if you lower that does a better job with some of these sibilant sibilant um, sibilancy here when you listen to certain tracks. Like when I listen to headphones, um, I have certain test tracks, different genres. I mean, I'm a big hip hop and R&B guy, but I love my instrumentals. I love my rock. I love my pop. I love even some country. I'm just a fan of music. So like when I get headphones, I gotta make sure that they hit the mark on various different um, songs. Because in the past I'd make a mistake, I'd demo them and I'd listen to certain tracks and I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Like the H100s, B&O H100s, the bass was just blew me out, blew me away. The top end, the low end, the mids. I was like, wow. Until like I started going through more tracks after getting them, and then realizing that the treble performance was terrible. It's on a low resolution. It was just very sibilant, very shouty. And then I ended up returning them because I realized, wow, like you gotta make sure that headphones really hit the mark on, like I said, vast majority of genres that you listen to. So, but I will say that, I mean, overall, these are like, good, amazing sounding headphones. I mean, if you're looking for an upgrade from the original Px8, I think these are worth it. I think they're definitely worth it. I mean, there's a controversy because the Px7 S2s, which, just released like a couple months ago, people argue that the extra 300, 400 is not worth what you're getting with these headphones. And I'll say, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want the best sound quality, I would go with the Px8 S2s. And to me, to my ear, I mean, everybody's ear is different. I thought that the original Px8 was still better than the Px7 S3s. Px7 S3s sound, I think they're more fun sounding. They're more V-shaped, and the bass is a little bit punchier, and you have more flexibility with the app because you have a five band equalizer, whereas with the Px8 you can change the treble and the bass, and that's all you could really mess with. And a lot of people didn't really like the tuning, but I'd say that the tuning with the Px8, the S2s, is better than both. And I think since I think the Px8s were better than the Px7 S3s, I think the S2s are better than both. And I mean, if you have the money, just get the Px8 S2s. You're not only getting better sound quality, but you're getting better build quality. You're getting more features. I mean, noise canceling is pretty much the same. I didn't really notice a difference between the Px7 S3s and these ones, but the fact that they're getting 3D audio and the Auracast and some other cool features in the future, and and they have a better DAC mode now, whereas you can use through USB-C, put them in your phone. But honestly, DAC mode on most of these headphones, I think you should get like an amplifier, such as the Qdelix 5000. These pair really well with Bluetooth headphones, and also like because when you use these in DAC mode, the sound quality is kind of quiet. I mean, it doesn't get loud enough. So this thing fixes that, and there's an equalizer there. It just sounds much better in DAC mode using something like this. But this is $100, so just keep in mind. But I mean, overall, yeah, I'm impressed with the sound, and I mean, they don't, comparing to even more high-end headphones like the Dali IO12s, Mark Levinson's, and the Focal Bathys, I think that those headphones are overall still superior in sound quality, in my opinion. But again, it depends what type of listener you are. Like the Focal Bathys MGs, I mean, I'm gonna destroy these when it comes to mids. Soundstage and mids, they're gonna take the cake. But the Focal MGs bass quality is not for everybody. You're not gonna get boom and bass. You're not gonna get that that low end rumbling that you get on these headphones or other headphones, or more fun tuned V-shaped headphones. Focal Bathys MGs are neutrally tuned headphones that more of like a Harman Target meaning that like they're more suited for what the vast majority of people would like, which I mean there's controversy to that, because I feel like the vast majority of people are more into V-shaped sound than they are into neutral tuned, because that's why like I feel like the Sony Boses and stuff, when you go to a store and have that store demo mode, to audiophiles it's gonna sound a boomy low res mess, but a lot of people, like, they hear that as they hear the bass and the treble effect, and like, oh, these are great sounding headphones. Like, anyways, but yeah, they're just like a step below like the high end ones. Like, in my Mount Rushmore, I have the Dali AO12, the Focal Bathys MGs, Solitaire T's, and the Mark Levinson. Like, these are the holy grail. I heard about the EQ TH1s. I haven't tried them yet, but supposedly they have the best mid-range out of every headphone, any wireless headphone, because they have an amplifier. They have a tube amplifier, but at some point I'm going to try them. But yeah, but if you're set on spending headphones under $1,000, I think these are hard to beat. But I mean, the Mark Levinsons I think they're like, you can get them for 800, 900. They might be worth considering. But the thing with the Mark Levinson is that they are not as comfortable, and these are just look nicer, they feel nicer, better build quality. The Mark Levinson's got LDAC, but I think not having LDAC on headphones is not a big deal, but having LDAC is useful. So Sony LDAC is like a codec that basically almost gives you lossless wired quality, sound quality, due to the fact of how much bandwidth and data is going to be able to get through. But aptX adaptive is a bit less data coming through, but the connection is more stable, lower latency. So I think adaptive might be better than LDAC. But I mean, you can't go wrong with either codecs. So yeah, I mean, just to wrap this video up, I think these headphones are a major go. Kudos to Bowers and Wilkins for really improving the previous on the previous Px8s, and being better than the S3s. I'm sorry, I mean, people love the S3s, but I think these are better. Like, if you got the money, get these. Something about the S3s, I just didn't like something about the mids I just didn't like, and the soundstage is tinier and more compressed. I mean, the S3s, I think I'll take the S3s over the Sony XM6s, over AirPod Maxes, over their the Bose QC Ultra. I'll take those over those headphones, but I mean, the S3s can't compete with the Dalis, Odyssey Maxwell, or any of those headphones. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. These are major go. Can't go wrong with these or the previous Px8s. If you know, find a good deal, or the S3s. But I think these are great sounding headphones, and I can't wait to see what future updates are going to come that's going to make these headphones even better. So have a good one, guys.